I'm going to make two parts. First part is how to take off the front bumper, the whole front clip, because for track things and mods you're going to have to learn how to do it. So part two is going to be the reason I need to take off my front clip, and that's I'm installing the ZL1 tow hook. It will roughly be about right here. And so I need to take off the front so that I can install this bracket basically behind the crash bar. It's a little bit tricky, but anyways, so there's going to be two parts. How to remove your front clip, ZL1, and the nice thing is the instructions to do this is going to be the exact same thing for the NES 550. The only difference is going to be that this splitter runs further back into the pan, and so it's trickier on the Shelby because you have to go further back and just disconnect some splitter that goes back there further. I don't believe the S550 goes back that far. You may have like one piece to disconnect down there, but anyways, it should be a lot easier on the S550. Also, in a future video, so probably 3 videos from now, I'm going to be installing the Steeda dual rate lowering springs. So I'm excited to do that. Get a little bit lower. So here's the front. These are the backs. The skinny part goes up. But anyways, these videos are coming. Watch for those. And just a reminder, I've got a video coming with how to install your fire extinguisher for H3R. Ended up not needing this bracket, so I'm going to give it away to users who subscribe, like, and comment on this video for installing the fire extinguisher for H3R. This is just a bracket, seat bracket, so you can put a fire extinguisher in your car. This is not the one I used, but I'm giving this one away. But it's a good product. Anyways, I'm going to try to do this in point of view mode because some of the videos I've watched don't do a good job showing you the exact bolt locations. Like this one here, between here is tricky, so I'm hoping to be able to get a view on that for you guys. Alright, here we go. Okay. First, let's open the hood. Oh, I'm so glad I have those struts. Look how nice that is. Didn't realize how much I hated the prop rod until it's gone, especially on my 16. Okay, so basically the easiest part is just removing these nuts here. Alright, it's an 8. Jeez, that took me a long time. Oh, I'm watching NASCAR while we're doing this. So just loosen these guys. You know what? Let's get the... my daughter's got my drill. We'll do it this way. Oh, that's just a little set pin. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple set pins here just for alignment. So that's good. Wow, that was loose. I put almost no pressure on that. Well, that one was tighter. That's good to know. So basically we're going to take these off. We're going to remove some clips that hold the whatever you call that, the inner liner, the fender liner. So remove some of those clips, and I'm going to be very careful because clips are really easy to break. So if you've never removed a clip, do it more patiently than you think you should, because they break pretty easy. I mean, they're easy to find, they're cheap, but still, that means you gotta go find them and waste time. So a few things I've got coming. I'm gonna put the Archetype Racing front splitter on, and racing canards, track canards, the carbon fiber canards. So that's gonna be a fun install. I wish I could get the rear wing at the same time, the swan neck. Can't do that now. Probably have to wait till sometime next year when I can afford it. But yeah, what I'm hoping to do is a little bit more downforce on the front, allow me to carry more speed into the corner is what I'm hoping for. Carry more speed and less understeer. I mean, it doesn't understeer when you go slower, but if you want to go faster, it'll understeer. So by having more downforce, you can lower that, right? Or sorry, you can make it so you can go faster as if you had slowed down. I don't know, you know what I mean. Right, so those are off. Okay, there's a little guy here, tiny little guy here. Make sure that's connected. All right, so we got to be mindful of that. Well, I don't know what size that is. Oh, please don't tell me it's a 5.5. It's not a 6. 5 millimeter, wow. Oh my God, it might be 5.5. I don't have a 5.5. Let's try a 7/32. Okay, 7/32 will work. It's actually a 5.5. Luckily, there's not going to be enough torque on this to strip anything. So what else do I have coming? Archetype Racing stuff. Oh, I'm putting on the oil breather line between the two crankcases. So it goes on the back side here. It's an oil breather line that allows cylinder number 4 and cylinder number 8 to get better oil flow. High performance engines like this, cylinder number 4 and cylinder number 8 can get hot. So this improves the oil flow back to those cylinders. That's a problem in all V8 engines, all engines really. But when you're running 8,200 RPM, it really helps to get that in, and it looks like it's going to be a really tricky one. So I'm going to try to get visibility into that. That's going to be a tricky one to get video when my hands are in there, but I think I can take shots and give you context of where I'm working, but you have to use your imagination once I'm in there. But I'll try to get shots of where to remove the oil lines or the oil plugs that are back there and put these lines on. And they're also from Archetype Racing. So, man, you want to drool and have trouble sleeping at night, go out to Archetype Racing's website. Not only does the stuff help with the track, it looks badass too. All right. Let's see, let's get a clip. If you don't have a set of these, I highly recommend it. I bought the Nico Pro brand, but you have various styles of clip. I also have this guy, I can't remember, this is that Swedish company, Lyle or something. But anyways, you should have a set of these if you're going to work on cars. So get one. All right, so we have to we know we're coming as high up as here. So we have to remove these clips down here. So 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I have to take that one out, maybe just to get access to this nut back here. Let's see here, see. This duct goes out to where I'm talking right there. I don't know if that is showing. See how you can see the air that goes in to cool the brakes? Oh, there's a clip right there. So I'm going to disconnect those on the side so that those ducts stay connected to the splitter. Or to the, oh God. All right. Not terribly graceful. Okay. Okay. That should make it so that see how strong I am? Okay, so now I can take that duct. Now I should be able to more easily see this tiny 7mm bolt. I'm on this track forum where I asked about trailering your car to the track and needing an ultra low trailer because this car's got such a low splitter. And it wasn't a Shelby dedicated forum. They're like, just take the front splitter off and then just put it back on when you're at the track. This would be way too big of a job to do every time you go to the track. So, God, you don't want to bend that. So here's the problem. See this lip? It tucks in, this fender liner tucks in over the top of that. And, you know, you don't want to bend your fender. So this is tricky. That is where you have, okay, maybe I can push it up. I'm actually going to take this one off. So maybe. Oh, there we go. You get that one off on the inside, you have a lot more flexibility.
Carrying a lot of speed there.
All right, I've decided I'm going to get better visibility into what I'm working on because it's being trickier. I'm gonna take the entire liner off. Now if I were doing this all the time, probably wouldn't. But this initial time, trying to figure out what's going on, I need to see better in there. So one thing I did a little searching, took a break from this. The S550, just standard GT, this fender liner is a lot more flexible than the Shelby's. This is more form molded. So I didn't know that when I said what I did earlier. Okay. I basically just want to be able to get this out of this top lip so I can see what's going on there. So I'm being different. Let's see how flexible I am now. Okay. All right. That's gonna help me. I just doing that give me the visibility I needed to see what's going on. I'll explain. All right, see that tiny little bolt right there? That's the guy we need to take off. You can see it goes in there. You can buy these, it's basically a quick release for your bumper that goes on here. I believe you end up having to drill a hole about right here, and it basically threw bolts into this piece. If I were doing this all the time, I would probably do it. But I basically have to take that little screw out. We're going to try to get visibility. That socket right there is an 8mm, okay? So you're going to need a really short socket. I'm not going to be able to show video of me loosening that because it's going to be hard, but it's above this blue, this black, basically that's a clip. It's a big long clip that holds this whole fender on. So anyways, we need to loosen that little 8mm right there. I don't have a little find a little wrench. So I've decided to abandon trying to pull this clip apart. It's just being really difficult. So I'm going to close that back up, make sure it's tight. I'm just going to take off the, out at the light fixture So this one comes off really easy. Okay, yeah, I was right. So you just push that tab, you got to give it a good tug. I just hate the idea of accidentally pulling out one of the wires. So instead of taking this guy off of here, which is, I don't know why it's so ridiculously tight, I'm just taking them off at the light itself. They're probably designed to be that tight, but anyways. Now we're going to go over and do the other side. I would take the liner completely out if you haven't already, like I've done, put these guards on. If you've put these guards on, I'm just going to let it hang like this. I mean, I could probably take them off and slide it back in there, but I think that's going to be more pain than it's worth. Actually, before I move to the other side, I'm going to try and release this clip. I believe you just kind of pull up on it and out. Yeah, just like that. Interesting. My tab, where that bolt goes, has some little bit of damage on it. So I'm going to be mindful of that, putting it back in. But you just kind of lift and pull and it comes right off. I'm going to do just like before and take off clips. Do it patiently so you don't ruin the clip. Now you could leave this in there. I'm just taking them all the way out because I don't want to lose them. I need to buy a bunch of these clips just because I know I'm, over the years working on the car, going to need them. And remember, we need to take off the clips that hold this air tube for the brakes. So these guys down here, oh, there's a hidden one there. These clips are a little hard to get the bar under. If you do pull the tab completely apart, you can just stick it back in like that. The light in a different spot. That guy, this guy, lots of clips, but that keeps it in there nice and tight. I'm removing this so that I can access the little screws in the front. This guy's being a little tight. See all the dirt coming out of there? Jeez. Look at all this rubber from that track day. It's really kind of incredible how much cleaning you have to do after a good track day. My brake calipers were just coated in rubber from other cars. See, I got all these. Oh, there's one hiding right there. I highly recommend having a way to watch a show or something while you're working in your garage. Makes it a lot nicer. Alright, let's pop that down. I'm gonna see if I can do that, access this one without taking as much down. Nope, I still need to get this clip. Ow. Dang, so much junk in there. Alright, let's see if I can get this. It hangs up over the top lip, so you have to kind of lift it up out of there. Okay, so same thing as the other side. Need to remove that screw right up there. Hopefully I'm getting this. It's a tiny little bugger, super pain. While I'm in here, I'm going to remove the I still need to remove some more clips. Let's see. Jeez. There. Where's it being held? I can't tell. Anyways, that ought to give me enough access now. Okay, on this side, same as before, remove the lights. Oh, this one's oh, I gotta remember that. This is actually connected on a bracket. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be a good video. It may or may not be in. Because you're taking the bumper off completely, you have to remove this clip that holds the wiring harness. Going in. Gonna remove the splitter and the belly pan that's attached to the splitter. Connect or detach this belly pan so that it stays with the front clip when we take it off. That's what we're trying to do here. There's one here. Lighting in these videos is sometimes hard to get good at. This is a 7mm. I tried to see if I had a speed handle for this size. I don't have one. Obviously one on the other side matching it. I could see these being problematic to put back on. It's the tiniest little bugger. You guys can see if your Shelby doesn't have this, I added that. It's a reinforcement subframe bar from Stida. Basically helps make a big old box out of your strut towers and your bottom end so it's more solid down here. The nice thing about taking this off is I assume it's gonna drop tons of crap from the track days. So, you know, I might see myself doing this once a season, just get all the debris out of there. It's shocking how much gets in there from a track day. But you can see this is not something you want to do all the time. I need a speed handle. I have a set of speed handles that go 6, 8, 9 and up and skip 7. It's like, what the? Why did you skip 7? A lot of this project, I'm winging it. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go and being careful. So here, 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 and here. So once that's done and loose, I should be able to drop the belly pan and then it'll loosen up the front bumper. God, I'm having a hard time. This probably isn't going to come through very well in lighting, but like I was saying, what I'm trying to do with the channel is show you what it really takes to do it yourself. There's a lot of videos out there that kind of gloss over some of the harder steps, and you know, or they show someone doing it really fast, and then you try to do it and it's a lot harder in person. You know, you don't have a pro shop and every single tool. That's what I'm trying to show. And a lot of times diagrams just aren't enough. You don't see, so you just, some things you have to use your own intuition on. This one I probably could have found, but or I just should have saw it. I can't find my half-inch or my quarter extension, so I'm just barely reaching these. I might have trouble on that one. I might have to switch up. My daughter's using my drill. Done. Alright, I need to get a extension bar next time I'm in. I've got a couple of things to get that I've not had. Okay, these guys. Oh, I can hear all the dirt in there. Don't lose your bolts. Luckily they're nice and loose, or not, don't require too much torque. Okay, things are finally loosening up. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so you can see why I don't want to do this all the time. That's why I'm going to do the Archetype Racing Splitter. If you haven't looked at Archetype's website, Archetype, oh geez, I can't remember the name right now. Archetype Racing. Anyways, they have the coolest carbon fiber stuff. Next year I'm going to be installing their Spectre wing. That's a true swan neck. Okay, yeah. Things are loose now to where we could pick it up and off. I'm going to need to go get a helper. Okay. In fact, let me see. I may just take it down myself. See if I can find a way to slide it around the shop this way. Alright, move this out of the way. So I should be able to lift this off. Ah, I better go get help. Don't want to tweak it. All right, my wife didn't want to be on video, but she helped me take it off. It's not heavy. You have to kind of just jiggle it back and forth and kind of work it off. It doesn't just slide right off, but the belly pan falls down, and you just grab both sides. The one thing you need to know about is the when you take this guy off, when you go put it back on, you're going to have to be mindful of the brake cooler ducts. These ducts go, from the front end into the brake or in the wheel well for brakes cooling. So you're going to have to be mindful of that. If you were going to do an upgrade on your lights, something I could care less about, but a lot of people do upgrade to, fancier LED lights that have cool features or, stuff like that. You could do that. What you want to do is be mindful of, you don't want to break these clips. You don't want to break these whatsoever. Very important not to damage those. So I think the key there is when you put it back on, definitely don't use a power drill or anything when you're tightening up these screws. Just tighten them by hand. Give it a little hand torque tightness. That's the key. So there you go. This was the guy I was having a hard time getting off. I don't know why that's so tricky, but easy enough to reach in there and pull these off. Well, not for me, but it was hard. Anyway, so if you guys haven't seen your Shelby this way, couple things that are good to know when you have it in this state is you can check these lines for your coolers. So this one on the passenger side is for your transmission cooler, okay? So these lines go back and kind of go along the chassis frame and down to your transmission tunnel. So the reason I bring this up is because it's possible that the NVH of this car, you could have one of these start working itself loose. It's a very potentially dangerous thing, spraying oil on the bottom of your car. And the same goes for this side. This one is your oil cooler. Very important cooler. I wish it were larger almost, because cooling is the most important thing. Your radiator drain plugs right here. So there's that right there. So that's one nice thing about doing your own thing, is you get to kind of inspect things, look at things more closely. Anyways, so that's how you take the front clip off. I wouldn't say it's easy or hard. It just requires patience and a place to put your front clip. So anyways, now what's coming next is installing the tow hook and the Archetype Racing Evolution 4 splitter, which I'm super excited about. That one's going to be a little bit of work. I have to drill holes into the crash bar to hold the splitter rods that go down. So anyways, pretty exciting stuff. Please remember to subscribe, because I have a ton more coming.